This is the 27 horsepower Kohler gas motor. Forgot the straps. We jumped from a Simplicity. We also had a Simplicity Prestige. We jumped to this. Also, that was our primary mowing tractor. This is the Kohler motor, along with the battery and all the fun stuff. While we have the hood up, the Simplicities come with the Quick Connect hoses on the front for the hydraulics, which of course hook to the loader. I guess that also hooks to the snow blower and other attachments. Raises the loader forward, lowers it. For more, actually is the float control that will allow the bucket to follow the contour of the ground. Right is to dump and left is to curl the bucket. Through some of our my Facebook findings and also video findings, some people were saying that this joystick would hit the steering wheel. When I purchased this used from the dealer, it came through in the upper notch. I don't think it's in the owner's manual, but there is actually an adjustment in this. There's a lower notch and an upper notch. That was one of the questions that I was concerned about, but when I was purchasing it, it is a roll pin that you just knock out and put back in. Like I said, this one was set up close or in the top position, thus the lever does not touch the steering wheel at all. Over on the fender here is our hydraulics for the front. This would be to run the loader. This would be to run the 3-point hitch and the mower deck, as this does have hydraulic lift. This is a brand new 3-point hitch that came directly from Simplicity. It does have a lockout feature that this pin will go in and out, so you can run how to keep your 3-point on while mowing. One neat feature of this is you can actually level this up, or if you were running a box blade, you could adjust this to put a crown into a driveway. The kit comes with this longer hitch pin center point, and I just didn't like how it was, so I got a shorter one as a replacement. Sorry about the green 3-point adapter here, guys. I hope to get that painted for black or orange by our next video. I bought that as an impulse purchase for the white. I was looking to do some work up at our other property, and they had this in stock, and I didn't want to wait for it. So far I just have kept it. We did adapt it to add more weight. We added this here. We have about 100 pounds on it right now. I have more weights to go on this here. This can be swapped out, and we bought a sleeve hitch adapter from Heavy Hitch. That of course goes in, and we can use our sleeve hitch attachments. We have a sleeve hitch box blade and a sleeve hitch cultivator for our garden. On my Prestige, I had a sleeve hitch, and that is why we decided to stay with it. With this tractor, we might upgrade to some 3-point attachments, which are better. But when we take this tractor to other properties, I can't fit the tractor and 3-point attachments on the trailer. We'll get into that later. So the 3-point equipment is a lot lighter to throw into the back of a truck or put it on the side of our trailer. On the trailer note, what I didn't know when I purchased this tractor, from the end of the 3-point to the bucket is just about 12 foot. It is actually longer than a Massey Ferguson GC series, and it's probably almost as long as a John Deere. I don't have measurements of those, but the total length is it's like 11 foot 9 inches. On my 12-foot trailer, the 3 points they were about what, like that far away from the ramps when we first loaded it. The bucket kit does come with a weight box, which we will show in later videos. You can fill it with sand. We like this here because when we do put it on our 12-foot trailer, I can take the weights off, put them in the back of the truck. I'm not moving a big 300-pound box. We will be using it in some other videos. We actually bolted rollers to it so we can roll it around when it's not hooked to the tractor. Some other things that I didn't know was came on the bucket and found out when this came. It does have a leveling guide. It does need to be adjusted. I haven't done that yet. This was purchased about a couple weeks ago. It is a leveling guide. We added these D-rings to the bucket. These are a buyer's product. We got these from Keystone Trailers. They're a 3/8 hole, which worked fine with this bucket. We're going to use that to hold shrubbery onto the bucket. It is a very deep bucket. It is hard to get. Sometimes it won't hold stuff as good for working on moving shrubs, that type of thing. We are going to get some fork extensions. The dealer said that should be fine as long as we don't go to the maximum weight. The bucket is rated for 500 pounds lifting, and if I'm remembering the specs right, at 72 inches, it's rated at 380 pounds. So I would say in the 350 to 400 pound range should be the pure capacity of this bucket. As we walk around, it does have, of course, the full greasable pin. And this will be documented in another video, how to take it off, but this is a change with the new style bucket. You put those down to unhook the bucket from the tractor. I will show you that process later on, but that is a change from the other one. The old style used to just tilt down. There was a whole framework that went on the front here that tilted down. Now it's kind of like the other manufacturers, where this part of the bucket assembly is actually just going to be freestanding. Of course, these pins, pull these pins out to do that. As I mentioned before, this does have a locker. Of course, we have power steering, power lift, all the fun stuff. One question might be, why did we go this route and not get a Massey Ferguson or John Deere 1 Series, which are all great tractors, or even a Mahindra? I wanted to keep the size small. B, we mow with it more, and I don't get many arguments when I say nothing cuts like a Simplicity. This has the 54-inch deck, which I'm very happy with so far. We were able to mow with it twice before winter set in, and it mows great. Mows the same as my Prestige, which had actually the same deck on it. We wanted to keep the nice look of the yard and have all the capabilities of doing a loader and 3-point hitch. That's why we went with this. We did look at a new one with the fuel injection, all the fun stuff. It's a lot of money. And if you're doing a lot of loader work, I do feel that probably the 1 Series John Deere and the Massey Ferguson probably are a better tractor because they're heavier, have more capabilities. But if you're looking for an all-in-one tractor that mows great and does everything we think that it'll do, I believe the Simplicity Legacy is the right tractor. I'm sure we will get some opinions on that, and that's great. We would like to hear some opinions. This is our first video, and I'm sure we could use some constructive criticism. We do ask that you keep it PG rated, as my son is working with me here on this. As of right now, that's about all I can think of until we start using it. It's supposed to snow later on. Our plans for this tractor are we are involved with 4 properties ranging from an acre to 40 acres. We need to pull out some bushes this spring. We need to regrade some stuff at the one other property. And we're going to find out was the two-wheel drive a good decision or a bad decision? Based off our previous tractor, which wasn't as capable as this one, at least spec-wise, it did everything we asked it. It pulled out stumps. It loaded stuff into our dump trailer. It did everything we asked it to do. It just didn't have power steering, and it didn't have pedal control for the hydrostatic. The lever for the hydrostatic was on the left side, and that had a quick way bucket on it, which, by the way, is the same manufacturer of this, as per the owner's manual that came with the loader. It is made by Quickway. I don't know if anybody else knew that or not, but on our white tractor we previously had, the loader controls were here, the hydrostatic was here. Kind of amazed sometimes we were doing this. So this tractor, Zach, stop laughing. Zachary, stop laughing. We're hoping that this will be a lot better, easier to work with. As far as the loader controls go, miles better. And we're just hoping that we can show everybody what it's capable of, what it may not be capable of. I'm sure we'll find some areas where people say, yeah, I probably should have had a bigger tractor, and I will probably agree with that statement. But overall, we think that this was the best tractor for our situation. And if anybody else is looking to see if it would work for them, we're hoping we can answer some of those questions. Please feel free to give us feedback. Spread the news about our channel and what we're doing here. And we want to thank you for your time.